Hello, my name is Kimberly Dahl, and I am a future educator who strongly believes that students learn best by doing. This means that I most closely align with the progressivist philosophy of education. Yet I also focus on essential topics that all students should know. So therefore, this makes me a progressivist who has essentialistic tendencies. First of all, I would like to focus on the philosophical foundations of progressivism. One of the main points of progressivism is that progressivism determines what should be taught based on the concerns and curiosities of students. Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences states that there are 8 main intelligences, or preferred methods of learning, that students can possess. A student's concerns and curiosities are directly produced from these intelligences. The concerns and curiosities of students derived from these intelligences were also utilized at John Dewey's laboratory school, where students were grouped according to their interests and abilities. As a progressivist, I agree with the progressivist idea that children learn by doing. I also agree with John Dewey's philosophy of pragmatism, where ideas or methods are tested in the real world to determine if they have merit or not. As a progressivist with essentialistic tendencies, however, I believe that there are specific concepts and skills that should be taught to all students, and these concepts and skills should then be applied in real-life situations. For example, my essentialistic tendencies cause me to believe that one specific concept to be taught in schools should be the scientific method. Also, as an essentialist, I believe that students do not learn best through the study of great books. Next, I would like to discuss cultural and gender differences with regard to progressivism and how they influence my philosophy of education. First of all, I can better infer what students might want to learn by examining the cultural norms of individual students. I then can base my instruction off of these concerns or curiosities that these students show within their cultures. As I have stated before, basing instruction off of the students' concerns and curiosities is a progressivist ideology. I can also implement my progressivist views by providing students with real-life activities that better suit the abilities of each respective gender due to the influence of gender on any given student's intellectual development and preferred mode or modes of learning. I can see that cultural barriers between suburban or rural education and urban education due to predetermined cultural norms can be defied in schools by implementing material that all students should know, an essentialistic concept, in a way where students apply that skill, a progressivist concept. This happens particularly well in the framework of St. Marcus Lutheran School here in Milwaukee. There, the students are heavily affected by cultural norms, yet they still apply common skills and concepts to real-life situations to achieve success. Lastly, I would like to relate my experiences as a reflective practitioner to my progressive philosophy of education. I think that educational history, made in the past but also occurring currently, has shown to us countless times that ideas are discovered through real-life experiences. Such was the case with regard to the development of testing programs for schools in the year 1926. Testing programs were not widely developed and accepted until they were tested in the real world much later. But this concept of real-world testing to determine the merit of a method or skill remains. Besides history, my clinical placements are another means through which I have been led to determine that students do indeed learn best by doing. One example of this is a lesson that I have taught in which I first showed the students coins that I had drawn on the whiteboard and then gave the students coins of their own to manipulate. Many more students understood the relationships between the coins when they were the ones moving the coins around. So even though I have had experience with the success of learning by doing firsthand, I'm still eager to gather more experiences in this area of learning by becoming more able to utilize this concept. In conclusion, progressivism is the philosophy of education in which students are believed to learn their best by doing. This philosophy also emphasizes real-life application of learning and pragmatism. Besides being a strong progressivist, however, I do possess some essentialistic tendencies, which make themselves known inside the material of the curriculum when defined as essentials. These essentials connect with progressive education when certain real-life skills are being taught and subsequently measured in real time. To close, I would like to say thank you for your time. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Thank you.